Hey everyone, welcome to May 2014. I'm going to try today not to bore you with the discussion of SEO in the hopes that you won't do the same thing to your potential patients in your office. Stay tuned. Colin Receveur here again, and I want to talk today about one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in your web marketing efforts, and it's called search engine optimization, or SEO. Now, a lot of you out there are probably doing SEO or you've heard of SEO, and I want to distill down the key points to remember when you're integrating it and thinking about integrating it, or already, what to look at in your SEO efforts. Let's start with why SEO is so important. Most of the patients that you want to attract are searching online for whatever dental problem they're having. Research shows that 93% of all consumers start with a search engine. Now, most likely they're going to Google. About 70% of people, not just nationwide, but worldwide, are using Google. 75% of those people will never look past the first page of the search results. And I've even seen numbers as high as 90% never look past the first page of the Google search results. So how do you dominate the first page of Google where overwhelmingly everybody's looking? Keywords that link back to your website are what move your name higher and higher up in the Google search results. Now, those keywords can be from your own web pages, from blogs you write, from articles you've published, news media mentions via press releases that you've issued, from patient reviews on Yelp, your social media profiles. Lots of places can influence your search engine results. The more ways that you can link your name to the terms that your potential patients are looking for, the higher you're going to rank, obviously. And that's because Google scours the internet using, these complex algorithms and then ranks websites based on what it finds. Now, here's where it gets really complex. Not all links carry the same value. So just like when you're fishing with your buddies, the person with the most fish doesn't necessarily have the bragging rights over the person with the first fish or the biggest fish. So a mention of all on four on your website doesn't carry as much weight as, say, an article in your local paper about doing that all on four procedure. So what's not complex about the Google search algorithm? Well, what's not complex is what Google tells you to do to rank higher. Google's been saying for years that you've got to provide high quality content and lots of it. Don't have a stale website. Don't have boilerplate, cookie cutter, template websites. This is all a very clear sign of low quality to Google. Google wants to deliver their searchers to high quality websites that are going to entertain and educate. What Google doesn't tell us is how big of a role video plays in that. But our friends over at Forrester Research have been able to reverse engineer Google's algorithm, and they've reported that Google gives preference to websites with video. And not just preference, not just a small preference, but websites with video are 53 times more likely to have a first page ranking. We've also looked at reports from Search Engine Watch, which is a website devoted to, exactly the same thing. They carefully monitor what Google's doing and make suggestions and show research on how to rank higher. And on one of their recent articles, they strongly encourage small business owners to work closely with, whoever's doing their SEO to provide more and high quality content. Content is king right now. And whether if you look at the Panda updates, the Penguin updates, the Hummingbird updates, all these updates Google's done recently, they're all very content centric. They want more content. And if you, as Bruce Willis said in Die Hard, welcome to the party, pal. We've been telling our clients this for years. Google has been telling us this for years. And if you've regularly watched this podcast, you've heard me say it plenty of times. If you really want to optimize your website, if you really want to search engine optimize it to get it to the top of Google search pages, write with your readers, your prospective patients in mind, and make sure that your SEO company is doing the same. Don't write to be optimized for Google. That's not what it's about anymore. Google is moving away from keywords. And we'll talk more about that in a future podcast about how you can still stay in front of your prospects, even with moving away from keywords as Google's done here recently. Until then, keep moving forward.